You know what? Fuck off. It's the beer bubbles. Go!
Is that one recording? I go shake, and you probably hear this in the intro, but I go shake.
Check it out now, you funk soul brother. That hurt.
I hit my knee in the bench. But
It's because you've been drinking so much beer.
That's not the reason. Hello everybody and welcome back to Beer Bubbles with both Rasmus and CC for once.
That's fantastic.
It's been so long. It's been so long.
I'm so glad you came today.
I'm glad, and I've actually thought about it the whole week, but I didn't want to make any promises. And today when I woke up, I felt like, I want to fucking go. If there's a spot for me, I want to go.
And then Anders just cancelled and you got the last spot.
Yeah. And I mean, this tasting, I did not want to miss.
Should we tell them about the tasting? What have we tasted today? You can show them that one.
Yeah, one of the clues is on my cap if you're on Patreon.
Yeah,
I'm wearing the cap. So it was a tasting between Oppigårds and Närke Kulturbryggeri. And
yeah,
that's one of the tastings.
two of the main. Like two of the OGs, actually.
I told my wife today that this is the OG ladies of Brew Sweden. Or OG overall, but like the two absolute OG ladies in Sweden when it comes to brewing beer.
So it was Sylvia from Oppigårds. Her and her husband Björn started the brewery 21 years ago. 2003.
2003.
Mm-hmm. And Berit from Närke, who started Närke Kulturbryggeri with her husband Håge. In 2003, and these women are the true powerhouses of beer. If you're a real beer nerd, you know what Närke is, because they made Kaggen Stormarksporter, who was number one on Rate Beer, I think 6 years running, as the best beer in the world. And we're gonna come back to that a bit later on. What are you drinking right now?
I am drinking the strong shit, the Turbo Triple IPA, and which is this bottle. For those of you who are seeing this, it's at 11% ABV. More of the classical kind of IPA, I would say. There's not a hazy thing near this.
Hold it up so they can see the glass.
It's clear,
crystal clear.
It's crystal clear. It has a really thick malty backbone, but a good bitter hoppiness to it.
So it doesn't become too sweet. It's just smooth.
It has a little bit of sweetness, but you don't really feel that. You feel the maltiness and the bitter hops, and it's so good. It's strong, but
and I went
like
the total opposite way because I did the new American Pale Ale, or their Summer Pale Ale, Summer APA. Really nice, crisp. I'd say also really traditional pale ale, like not even West Coast or Southern Californian style. If you guys remember, like the light pale ales from Ballast Point, Stone Pale Ale when it came, before it became a bit maltier. It's just a really crisp summery beer, 5.6%. So I'm being the sensible one, and Rasmus is just going bonkers.
I'm known for that. But also, like, it, in the sense, it is hazy, so to speak. It has a hazy tone.
It's not clear.
It's not clear, but it's not hazy. Like the oat and wheat, it's hazy because it's centrifuged, and the centrifugation, the can't take away all the fussiness. So
it's like left. It's the way pale ales were made.
Yeah,
back then, the OG.
Yeah.
We're saying that a lot.
It's today. Not a hardcore filtered.
Yeah.
Like most of them.
Cheers.
Cheers.
It's been way too long.
Way too long.
Cheers.
Way too long. I'm just gonna remove some cat hair.
Yeah, that's probably my cat, not yours.
Probably.
Whoa. Yeah, it's white, so it's my cat.
Yeah. But before we go deeper into the podcast, we actually have something booked at the end of the summer.
Oh, yes.
Which I am so fucking excited for.
Oh, yeah. It's the last time.
It's the last time. And we're there together again.
Yes. We're going down to Bruskville.
Yes.
They've announced that it's the last time they're going to do it.
Yeah.
Hopefully, that's not going to be true. Hopefully, they're going to do something, at least something else, in the same sense as Bruskville, because in my opinion, it might be the absolute best beer festival I've been to.
Yeah. And there are some breweries that we heard today. There are greenlit to be going as well.
Oh, one of our favorites are coming?
One of our favorites is coming. So it's going to be a good fucking weekend.
Brian! We'll see you in Helsingborg!
we said who it was. Yeah, it's not a secret. Yeah, he's coming, and a lot of good Swedish and non-Swedish breweries are coming as well. He said 70.
75.
75. Oh, 75 now.
When he said 75, there was 64 booked. And we know a few have just gotten their invitations now. So
yeah, it's. I think it's going to be a bit more than that, but it's going to be amazing.
It's going to be a blast.
And there are some other things happening which we can't talk about yet.
No?
That's going to happen on the trip, but you'll find out this autumn, I
guess.
We'll
do some road trip videos, both for Akkurat and for us.
Yeah.
I'm going to drive all night, as I did the year before last, because I'm picking you up when you stop working, and we'll drive down all night. We actually have more people in the car this time.
Yeah, we had 2 more people in the car, so that's going to be great as well. It's going to be fun. Maybe it's going to be worse for Cece this time, because there's 3 people drinking, not 1.
Yeah, but Oscar told me he could drive back, at least partially.
And I can drive back. So it's fine. I can drive down as well. I can be sober.
Not going to happen. We know that because we know him.
So for you, what does it mean to have Berit and Sylvia coming to a tasting like this at Akkurat? What does it mean for you, who has been in the game for so long?
This is so big. I tell you, there's nothing like those women. They are some of the most important people in the beer business in Sweden, and has been for 20 odd years. What their companies have done for Swedish beer, you can't put that on any scale. It's just off the charts. And when I called them, I met Sylvia at Oliver Twist, and I said, "Do you guys want to come and do a tasting together?" And she was like, "Yes, we want to do that." I'm like, "Okay, thank you." So this is massive for me personally, because they are my idols, actually. Well, some of my idols, but they are really, really up there. And what they do and have done over the last 20 odd years is amazing. And we got to try 9 of their beers today. Normally we have like 6 beers on a tasting, and they went bananas. I think the weakest one was the Pale Ale at 5.6 or something.
Yeah, but not the weakest in flavor. Everything just tasted.
Everything was big.
Amazing. It was big, and it was true to their style. And I mean,
well, what style did we not have? We had Pale Ale. We had Triple IPA.
Golden Ale.
We had Golden Ale. We
had
Rauchbock. Rauchbock. We had
Saison.
We had
Imperial Stout. Barley
wine.
I mean,
it was
the only thing we didn't have was a lager, I think.
Yeah.
We had a Weiss beer as well.
Yeah, we had a Weissbock, actually.
Weissbock,
well, it was 6.7%.
Yeah.
Or something.
But
I'll have to have a look.
Or a hoppy Weiss beer.
Because I did these folders, so
it's a bit
6.1 for the Hopfenweisse.
Yeah.
It was a hoppy Weiss beer.
Yeah, so Hopfenweisse, but hop.
really Hopfen. Really good hops in it, like bringing it back and giving it some bitterness and some like depth. Really,
it was really nice. And I mean, Närke has been one of those breweries that are kind of that Berit said today is kind of mythical, like especially for people that's not from Sweden or close by the Närke area in Sweden. Like it's kind of mythical. And then for Oppigårds, that is, I think, is the biggest craft beer brewery in Sweden.
Yes,
they brew the most liters per cap, or
I think they've got capacity for 8 million liters a year.
Yeah,
which is about 6 times more than any other brewery say at least 4 times more than any other craft brewery in Sweden.
Yeah.
I don't think they brew 8 million liters a year, but they have capacity for it.
But I think and they have more like their standard selection of beers that they brew, or their portfolio.
They actually have 2 breweries on site now.
Yeah,
2 physical breweries.
Yeah, they do.
That they separate greatly. That where Oppigård is the brewery where they do traditional styles, true to style, and really like test the market, see what's going to work. And then they have Smith Street, which is just, I like to do Schwarzbier. Okay, let's do Schwarzbier.
Yeah,
which is really cool.
Yeah, and I've always loved Oppigårds. Still one of my absolute favorite breweries, and just fucking fun to sit here and hear these 2 ladies speak. And yes, we should open another beer. I'll hold the bottle. I'll pour the bottle.
Actually, Närke, some of the beers, they have, say, like 1 in 100, got a different crown cap on it.
We got 3 of those.
And we got 3 of those now. So we're keeping those for
that's
ourselves.
in the last like 2 months.
Yeah.
From all the the 2 years I worked here, from all the deliveries we got, I never seen one, except for the last 2 months.
And then we got 3.
We got 3. Which 2 is 1, and 1 is one of their own. So we got 2 different ones in those 3, which is fucking mental.
This beer,
Saison, which is one of those odd styles where people either don't like them or they like them, but they're not sure, or they love one of them, which is Saison du Pont. You can't ignore Saison du Pont.
And this is kind of special because it's brewed with the yeast from Saison du Pont.
It's Du Pont yeast, so same yeast, a bit stronger.
They scared it up to 7.9%. Why? Because they could.
Yeah, so it's 1.4% stronger than the Saison du Pont. But as you've always talked about, because pairing food with beer, I've learned most from you, that is, Saison is like the best food beer ever. And that is so true, especially for seafood.
Yeah, but like Saison and dark lagers are the best food beers, period. Everything with meat, dark lager. Everything with seafood, fish, shellfish, mussels, you name it, Saison.
I agree.
And this, with some fried scallops, maybe a bit of bacon, chili oil, and a good squeeze of lemon on top.
I'll pretend like this is the first time I'm trying this. Let's try this beer for the first time. Cheers.
Cheers.
It's a good Saison. It really has that Saison du Pont yeast.
Yeah.
You can feel it.
I talked to Berit about this. There's, when it comes to beers, what defines the style a bit to me is if it's yeast-driven, malt-driven, or hops-driven. And like most IPAs are hops-driven. Some of them are malt and hops-driven, but most British-style ales, malt-driven, and most Belgian beers, yeast-driven.
Yeah.
If it's a sour, it's driven by the Brettanomyces or the wild fermentation.
Saccharomyces as well, right? Yeah.
Yeah, well, this bacteria, this shitloads of stuff. I don't think the brewers even know in the limbic houses what kind of different yeasts, variants there is in their yeast.
I've tried to read up on it and learn about it, but it's just a fucking mess. Like, it's so much yeast and different families and different strains.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's hours and hours and hours upon reading.
I can tell you one yeast it's not. It's not Saccharomyces carlsbergensis in any of them, probably.
Probably.
Yeah, because that is just clean yeast.
Okay. Yeah. So probably.
Yeah. What do you think of the beer?
I think it's amazing. It has that it is on the pond yeastiness, but at the same time it dries out a little bit more.
I think it's a bit more hopped.
A bit more hopped. It doesn't have the same. I don't want to say sourness, but like the sour tones that is on the pond does, like the more farmhouse
Bitter tart thingy.
tart sour. Yeah, tart is probably a better word for it.
You tart.
But I fucking like it. It's good, and I'll imagine for a bit more spicy food, this will be great.
Oh yeah. Imagine like a Thai curry with king prawns. Oh, that would be absolutely beautiful with, because it's got a bit of a sweetness too.
Yeah,
And that's probably from the strength, the alcohol malty sweetness.
Närke likes getting people drunk, don't they?
Oh yeah, well, they said like we're not bringing the yellow easy beers on a tasting at Akkurat.
Yeah, they actually said that. Like, fuck no. No, I mean, this is the least strong beer I have in my glasses.
Yes, it is.
Should we move on to the next one? Because I'm fucking excited for that one.
Oh, this one. Well, you if you know about Närke, you know about Kaggen, Stormaxporter.
My God.
They do it once or twice a year, different maturations. If they do it twice a year, well, if they do it any year.
Yeah.
And when Berit and me spoke the other day, she said, well, I'll bring something special. So yesterday, they took straight from maturation tank, because it's been in oak for just 4 months in bourbon barrels. It's Stormaxporter Kaggen.
Yeah, just got back to tank, right?
And then back in tank, and has been there since, well, I don't know. But this is not released yet. And she actually missed the tender at the Swedish Monopoly. So I hinted that if they want to, we'll buy it all.
Probably not going to happen, but
well,
wishful thinking.
It's very young, but I love it like this. Because it's so chocolatey, so round, so it's
the honey as well, like is
yeah.
really
They always do it with heather honey.
Yeah,
this beer, as I said, taken straight from maturation tank yesterday.
That's why you see this. For those of you watching,
there's no label.
There's no label. It's a special Närke cork as well.
Yeah.
I mean, this is for me. This is beautiful. Like this is
to me epiphany of Swedish imperial stouts.
Yeah.
And some brewers do it good, but they do it best.
And I talked a little bit with Berit before about imperial stouts, the importance of Kaggen. You did as well, and she was like, "Yeah, but the rest of the world have caught up. Like, there's so many good imperial stouts out there. Like, it's and that keeps up with Kaggen." And I'm like, "Yeah, but they don't have the mythical side to them. They don't have that like this small fucking brewery in a county in Sweden that nobody really likes. Sorry to say
the
that.
Smallest county in Sweden.
The smallest county in Sweden produces one of the absolute fucking best imperial stouts that's ever been made. Even though, yes, I do think there are imperial stouts that are at this level. Maybe even better. Like, there are. But just the idea that it comes from this small area of Sweden is mind-blowing.
But it's mythical, but it backs it up.
Yeah.
It's like whenever you get one, you go, oh shit, that's why I love this
You recognize it. And it's also history. Like it's one of the few histories Sweden has that is craft beer nerd only, like history. Like this is where it kind of begun for Swedish beer. Like
dark, warm fermented beers were always called porters.
Yeah.
And so in Sweden, we actually never used the word stout from the beginning. And Stormaxporter is actually a direct translation out of the English word for imperial stout. So Stormakt is imperial, and porter is a stout. So this is we're savoring this.
I don't want it to end. Because we gotta share this one. We can't
Actually, we had 25 people with you in the tasting today. And we got 2 bombers of this beer. And it lasted for everyone. And everyone was happy.
And
even though
we still have this left.
We have a little bit left because I actually made sure we kept some for the rest of the staff.
Yeah,
they
gotta
get to try it as well.
Because
it's gorgeous.
Beer is for sharing. And a
This
bottle
is a sharing bottle.
Yeah, it's a sharing bottle. So we have to share it with the rest of the staff. And of course we will. But it's fucking delicious.
Yeah.
Like
and as Sylvia said, when someone asked, why do you put like an 11% triple IPA in a big bottle? She said, like, this is a sharing bottle. This is the way we do it. You put one... If you buy a bottle of wine, why don't you just buy a bottle of beer as well? Share it all. And and sharing is caring.
That reminds me of a story she told today as well.
Huh?
Which means, it's time to shit on the Systembolaget. No. It's going to be one of my segments in the podcast.
Oh, shit.
No, but
we're going to be cancelled.
We can't be cancelled.
No, because we're the one paying for it to be up.
Exactly. No, there's a small, I don't want to call it a town, but like a community next to where Oppigård is. That's called the Turbo.
Oh yeah,
which is spelled Turbo.
As in a turbo.
Turbo. But when they sent it to Systembolaget, they said, no, you can't call it turbo because turbo means speed, basically.
Yeah.
Like you get,
The extra power.
extra power, like in a car.
And at the Monopoly in Sweden, you're not allowed to promote alcohol as something good.
In any way. So like the breakfast stout in Sweden doesn't have the kid eating cereal. It has something else because it promotes, I don't know, alcohol abusing problems. But they found out from a beer organization.
No, not a beer organization, but the local community, like social club.
Oh yeah.
That have found some old
Wooden signs.
Wooden
signs.
Like road signs, basically.
Yeah.
That spelled turbo with an H.
And apparently the town or community was spelled like that back in the days. So they put an H there between the T and the U. And it got approved.
Yeah, of course it did.
So now it's...
and they didn't raise an eyebrow. It's like, okay, so it's turbo.
Yeah, so now it's turbo with an H. Which is...
and that they put that on all their extra strong beers.
Yeah.
Today we've had, actually, this triple IPA, we've had their barrel-aged barley wine, which is also good. Or fantastic, actually.
And then we had the Turbo Kaggen.
Which is the beer that Närke and...
Talk about that one. I'm going to show the bottle in the camera for those who are watching.
Turbo Kaggen is the beer that Närke and Oppigård did together for their 15th anniversary in 2018. Yeah. And on the bottle it says 2003. When both breweries started on the same in the same year, and then 2018 when they both turned 15. So this beer has been around. It was only made once. Yeah. So Oppigård started brewing on the first day, and then the next day, Närke came there and brewed Kaggen on their brew work, and then they put it together in one tank and did one batch.
Yeah, she made it. Oppigård made it the day before. And then beer came down and made it the day after.
Yeah, like and then Närke came to Oppigård and brewed it the day after. Yeah. Put it in the same maturation tank.
But
and
sadly, none of the breweries has them today. They're all gone. They're all gone. There's no bottles existing in the world ever, except maybe in some person's house.
And here.
Akkurat. So
we actually have 16 bottles left.
Yeah, so you can still get a hold of it here if you're really excited to try it, because we tried it today and it was
gorgeous.
So good.
Yeah, it's like, it's really cool to taste this one next to that one, because this one is young, sweet, chocolatey, and that one's got some astringent notes, like a bit of, I wouldn't say even tartness, just a hint of like the port wine notes and the raisins and dates and
You can
stuff.
start feeling the oxidation. You can start feeling that those flavors of.
Which is shit
been
in
a
a
while.
normal beer, which is great in a maturable beer.
Yes. For some reason.
I'm gonna have some more of this. Cheers.
Yeah, cheers. Oh. So
To Närke and Oppigård. Fucking heroes.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
So, Rasmus,
Yes.
we've had a long day. I've had a long day. I was here at 9 o'clock this morning.
Yeah. I've had
And
a
it's
long
now
day
around 10 o'clock at night.
too. I've been here too, like the entire day. Is that bottle doesn't belong in that fridge?
I know.
We take this after the podcast.
Yeah.
Hilarious.
Is it the gay horse or is it?
Yeah. What does a gay horse eat?
That because we had our beer club here yesterday, and a brewery called Benchwarmers. Magnus Svensson in Helsingborg was here showcasing his beers, and he's got a beer called that he's tried to retire so many times, but he can't because people go for it all the time and go, "Where's the gay horse? Where's the gay horse?" It's called "What Does a Gay Horse Eat?" And the joke is, "Hey."
Such a bad joke. But it's hilarious.
And they've realized a few years back that we can't retire it. We just need to do it all the time. And as he says himself, it's not the best beer in the world, but as long as people buy it, why should we not do it?
Exactly.
And it's a can that is pink with a rainbow on it, and a gay horse.
I think it's great. It's a great can and it's a good beer.
It's a good beer. It's not the best beer.
No.
And Magnus would back me on this one. It's not the best beer in the world,
No.
but it's cool. It's an oatmeal IPA.
We started with Oppigårds and Närke. We ended with that one.
Cheers, my friend.
Cheers. Again, I feel like we pretty much ended it there for the podcast today.
Yeah, well, this was a
We're
spur of the moment.
Yeah, and we're up about 30 minutes now.
Yeah,
So
we were thinking, like, when we were done with the tasting, we both looked at each other and went like, why don't we do a podcast?
Yeah,
We're
let's
here
do
together
one.
now.
Yeah.
And we're in the place we love.
Both are in a good mood.
Yeah. We tried some really good beers.
We really don't get to do this too often.
And we need to promote both Sylvia and Berit, Oppigård and Närke.
Fucking fantastic.
If you
people.
get a chance to try their stuff and you haven't yet, try their stuff. Try Oppigård's odd stuff. And try Närke's traditional stuff. Because the Bohemian Pilsner from Närke and the Jante Lager and the Slättöl and the Örebro Bitter traditional bitters.
I would say the Victoria bitter.
Yeah, for you English guys out there or Australian ones, Victoria Bitter in Sweden is not the same as Victoria Bitter in Australia. Because Victoria Bitter is a traditional pale ale from Närke. Hand pumped, proper real ale stuff.
Fucking beautiful. It's fucking beautiful.
Rasmus?
Cici, if you had... I'm going to ask you this question.
Ah!
Right now, you can have one more beer. What are you having?
Thank you very much.
I knew that's
I'm having the
answer.
Stormbergs Porter in front of me now.
Let's share that one. No, let's give it to the staff.
No, actually, right now,
No.
I'd probably go for a Oppigårds Pilsner.
Oh, fuck yes.
Because now we've been trying the heavy stuff. Oppigårds Pilsner is still one of Sweden's best. Oppigård and Hälsinge Pilsner are the best. And Pickla. Fuck, there's so many Pilsners.
Yeah.
So many good Pilsners in Sweden that are like traditional, really good Pilsners.
We have too many good breweries in Sweden. Like that's...
Yeah.
That's
If
true.
you're from abroad, come to Sweden, come to Akkurat. We'll guide you through some of the best Swedish beers ever.
Yeah. And they are fucking...
Fjädervikt Stout from Fjäderholmarna.
Oh my god.
Oh, we're doing shout-outs now. So it's like Brewski, they do the best, like, modern sours and, like, fruity IPAs. Shapes and Objects.
Shape now with their West Coast IPA.
The Respect Your Elders.
Respect Your Elders, which was an homage to Pine in the Elders. Nyköping, who does Nyköping Lager.
Our house
Great
lager.
House lager, great fucking malted lager.
And we also have it hand pumped right now, the dark ale.
Svartberget does a really good Weiss beer, which is done in Hefeweizen style, like the traditional Hefeweizen style. Snakehead IPA, Uppsala Bryggers, classic West Coast IPA, good maltiness, good bitterness.
Årebryggeri Company.
Årebryggeri Company. If you're a yeast nerd, you drink Årebryggeri Company because
if you get a hold of a bottle of Mirabelle, you're fucking lucky.
Yeah, because that can't be made anymore because he fucking killed the yeast.
Snausarve.
Love him. Snausarve.
There's so many.
Vreta Kloster. I mean, there's so fucking many. Like, we can go on forever. Let's do an episode where we just drop breweries.
Yeah.
And now we get company down here.
So,
welcome in, Jon B.
One of the participants in the beer in the tasting today just forgot his jacket, so he had to come in and pick it up.
We'll keep that in the podcast because
Yeah,
we're just
why not?
ending this, and it's been a fucking pleasure.
Love you, my friend.
Love you, and being with Berit and Silva today was great, and listening to them because they are the two of the OGs.
We're saying that again. OG
in Sweden,
which means oh my god. That's OMG.
OMG. Yeah. Whatever it means, they are the fucking best.
They're original gangsters of beer brewing in Sweden.
Yes, they are.
But we haven't even mentioned Nynäshamn.
Yeah, you did Pickla Pills, but we'll mention them again.
Yeah, it's like
97, right?
Started in 90.
You were the second. Yeah, you were the second customer.
Started in 96. Yeah. Nils Oskar started around there as well. God, we need to drink more beer. No, we don't actually, but we need to drink more breweries.
Yeah.
Support your local. Support your the good beer brewers. Skip that shitty fucking macro lager.
Fuck macro.
Have one instead of two. You'll get a better experience.
And if you don't support your local, they're not going to be around. That's the thing. They're not going to be around.
We're all going to be ending up being like in 1995 when I started working with beer. 9 breweries in Sweden, owned by 5 companies, doing the same shitty macro lager.
And if you drink macro, do it for real. Drink the German or the fucking Czech stuff, not the Swedish stuff.
Yeah, and if you drink macro, at least buy one of something else.
Yeah. Do it. Like, it's I mean, I'm honest. I'll drink.
God, we're ranting now.
I know we are, but supporting a local is so fucking important. But we'll end it on that note because we're not going to rant on for 10-15 minutes about macros.
We'll do cheers again, and then we'll do what we normally do.
Cheers, and whatever the fuck you do, guys,
drink better beer. You know what? Fuck off. It's the beer bubbles. Go!